Hey, what's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be talking about availability misleading tendency. And what that is that we tend to overemphasize what is right in front of us, what we remember the most. We tend to think that if we remember something, it must be important, not realizing that in our memory we're very influenced by emotion, and we'll miss the details. So, one way to describe this is gamblers. You know, they go out thinking that they're good gamblers because of the one time that they won big. Forgetting all the times and all the small losses that they've taken, and they've lost far more money than they've ever won. Um, for example, people who are terrified of flying in plane crashes because they see these horrific plane crashes, forgetting the fact that, hey, you're far more likely to die in a car crash than you'll ever from an airplane. Um, if we think of people who are worried right now about current events, they'll tell you that ISIS is the big problem, and that World War III is the big problem. Not even mentioning cancer and HIV and people who don't have clean drinking water, which is the real problem. We need to be objective when we think of this. Face the facts, see the raw data, and make your decisions from there. Don't be the only one to make the decision. Have other minds talk with you and openly discuss possibilities, and don't jump to conclusions. We tend to rely a lot on our human intuition, but have a checklist. Pilots have a checklist for a reason. Um, NASCAR drivers have checklists for a reason. It's impossible to remember so many little details all the time. We're just not wired for it. When you're in a meeting, refrain from being the first to talk. Let other people give their ideas so that your own biases aren't forced onto the group. Allow creative space and people who are going to actively push against you so that the highest level of achievement can be performed. So when you're going out and about today, you take a second and you can listen. We're talking about being prepared. Be prepared with your checklist and listen so that you aren't getting in there and with your own cognitive biases and your own tendencies slowing you down from a possible great outcome. So be mindful of this today, and go out and kill it.